Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have something a little special for you, a little bit different. It's the NZTrio. And welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Introduce yourselves for us. So we have Amalia
Hall.
Hall, yes. Then we have Somi Kim over there. And in the middle, Ashley Brown. How's it going? So you're playing the violin. You're playing the cello, and you're tickling the ivories, playing the piano. It's fantastic. It sounds amazing in here, so thank you for just doing that.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. So first of all, I'm kind of curious as to how much playing you got, because I get the feeling that the kind of music you play demands a lot of practice and keeping in shape physically and mentally. So how did you do that during lockdown?
During lockdown? Well, actually, we got together for the first time as a trio this year, and our appointment for our first rehearsal of the year was in March, kind of mid-March.
Oh, good timing.
Somi was just arriving from the UK. Marty was coming back from gigs overseas as well.
Right.
And just as they got back, there was kind of a tickly throat or something like that, and that was the point where, you know, if there's anything like that going on, you stay at home. So the first rehearsal was postponed till the following day. And then gradually, bit by bit, sure enough, lockdown happened. And so we didn't see each other for the first month of all being in the same city at the same time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But
you couldn't Zoom rehearsed?
No, actually we did one little Zoom performance, remember that? And it was really tricky.
Yeah,
I mean, most of our music is, that's right. Yeah. Lots of kind of pushing and pulling normally, you know, and there's not just a set rhythm and off you go. So that was kind of tricky.
Okay. So tell me about in general, the music that we're going to, because I'm a rock and roll guy. I love the sound of what you guys are doing, but I don't know anything about it, you know, especially being American. I think they teach more classical music. It tends to be in New Zealand, I think, than in the States. When I was going to the States in Western Pennsylvania, we just knew what the sound of cows made.
Right.
That was pretty much it. So,
well, actually, we studied it in the States.
Oh, great.
Yeah. We've all done quite a lot of study here in New Zealand, and then, for instance, I studied postgrad music at Yale University. Where'd you end up?
I was actually in Pennsylvania.
Whereabouts?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, the other end of the state.
And you were in London, right?
I was in London, yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing that we're going to hear is a little something by a guy named Beethoven. It's not Rollover Beethoven, it's Beethoven's finale of sorts. So tell me why you've chosen to play that.
Well, it's a really important year for Beethoven because it's his 250th birthday.
Right.
So there were going to be lots of celebrations all around the world, lots of concerts with his compositions programmed. Of course, unfortunately, a lot of those have been postponed or cancelled. But
he's probably rolling over.
Exactly.
So in order to celebrate his legacy and his amazing output of music, we wanted to include a trio by Beethoven in every program we do this year.
Very cool. Well, let's give that a listen, and then we'll come back and see what else you got up your sleeves. All right, we're back here at the 13th floor with the NZTrio. We heard a little number from Beethoven. We're got some more stuff coming up soon. So when you choose these, is it the three of you who decide what to play, or is there some higher being that is overlooking you guys, or how does it work?
No, we all choose, and it's about the kind of music that we would love to go and hear as well, and it's about a kind of a crazy mix of all sorts of different styles. There's usually something a little bit kind of old-fashioned from, written by some old dead guys.
Yeah.
But there's always a New Zealand piece that's been kind of pretty freshly commissioned.
Oh, cool.
And then some kind of, maybe some exotic pieces, like in this concert that we're playing at the moment called Interfusions. Mm-hmm. We've got some stuff by a Greek Canadian and also a Sri Lankan Canadian, as well as Ravel, who was kind of Basque, kind of got French and Spanish influence and Catholic influence as well. So it's all about different styles of music all coming together, and how those different pieces all line up into one piece.
Mm-hmm. So how important is it to the music from where the composer came from?
Not to answer.
Yeah, you go.
Don't argue about it. Somebody's got to answer though.
I think there's so much which can influence the way in which someone writes music. Of course, it's their personality, but also their culture and where they are brought up, and the traditions in that country where they have either lived, or it could be multiple countries for some people, especially these days.
Right.
And it also reflects the language, because some languages have specific rhythms in them and accents or on different syllables, and that often comes out in the music as well, and the landscape of the country too. So lots of different influences, and of course, just every culture in the world has its own vibrancy and its own differences, and that's one of the things we love about playing pieces from different parts of the world is exploring new things that we may not be familiar with yet.
Cool. Okay, so along those lines, we're going to hear something called Old Photographs, which is written by a gentleman who I wrote down, but I can't read my own handwriting, so I'm going to ask you to tell me who it's by.
Junko?
No.
We got no takers. It's you.
Okay, so Christos Hatsis is his name. He's a Greek-Canadian composer, and just sounds fascinating. It's this piece is a part of a larger work called Constantinople, which was for different ensembles. Mm-hmm. This particular movement is for the trio, and so that's why we chose that one, because we can't play any of the other ones.
That's a good
but
one.
yeah, it's a very funky piece. He seems to be kind of reminiscing, like you can imagine almost it's a film score, someone staring at some old photographs and imagining the story behind each photograph and the memories that they conjure up, perhaps. It starts kind of a little bit melancholy. Actually, you can probably edit this moment out, because I know right now I'm talking about it starting melancholy, but that's the whole piece. And the chunk that we gave you actually starts. So I guess I'd talk about you can imagine perhaps the composer staring at some old photographs and imagining the story behind them.
Okay.
Some fun stuff with it's a bit of a tango that it starts
with. A tango?
With. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, well, let's see if we can give it a listen and send people on their little memory journeys. Okay?
Lovely.
All right, we're back here for one more time with the NZTrio. And before we get into the next thing, one thing that I heard kind of being bandied about was possibly one of the reasons you're at the 13th floor is to kind of expand your audience and expose to different types of people and people who are maybe listening to different things. So is that kind of part of what you're all about these days?
Yeah, I think a part of the NZTrio branding is that sort of classical music with a twist.
Right.
Making it more approachable to audiences. And we love to commission and promote New Zealand music in every single one of our concerts, right? To date.
Totally.
And so we're really excited about this latest commission by a really talented Kiwi-Japanese composer called Selena Fisher, who we have worked with before. Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to hear next. But
Yes.
before we get to that, so you've been touring around. So what kind of people are coming to see you guys? Are they curious and haven't heard you before, or are they old favorites?
I think there's a mixture, really. There are certainly some people who we love to see every time in the audience, and you know, NZTrio as a group has been running for 17, 18 years now.
Like that, yeah.
And so, of course, Somi and I are only new additions to the group, but we're really happy to be jumping on board the what has already been built up, and the way in which the trio functions, which really does reach out to different people. So, of course, we love seeing kids and teenagers at the concerts too, and especially in the regional centres, it's been lovely to meet some new people who we haven't seen in the concerts before as well.
Gotcha. So the next show is on October the 18th, I have here, and you have another one on the 28th, so there's a couple more opportunities just this month. Okay, so now back to the Kiwi Japanese composer, is it? Yes.
That's right.
Tell me all about her.
So she is a Kiwi composer with Japanese heritage.
Yep.
And in this piece that you're about to hear called Kintsugi, it's an exploration of a form of Japanese ceramic art, where broken bits of pottery are reassembled together using gold. And that's kind of built on the idea that once you embrace all the flaws and imperfections, that you can create that into an even stronger form of art.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. How you described it is kind of how it sounded to me, so that's kind of cool.
Awesome. Amazing.
Alrighty, so thank you guys for coming down here, spending some time with us and playing and talking to me. It's very good. Good luck with the rest of the tour, and
Great.
hopefully the rest of the year and whatever happens after that. So.
Thanks for having us.
Will
Hope
we
you enjoy
see?
the music.
Will we see you at our
You probably
concert
will. I go
on
to-
Sunday?
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 5 p.m. at the concert chamber in the
Okay.
town hall, which is just down the road.
Very good. All right. I'll see you there.
See you there.
Great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.